Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Sorry for the long video, for the long way of the video. I am still making more stuff about this and all that. But the thing is here is that doesn't take it the time. I trying to do is research, finding some other stuff, and it's not going too great. But we have this here for Luigi Maggioni, and I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I apologize if I butcher that. He has finally been caught. However, there's been suspicions of if he's actually the right guy, or if he's a psyop, etc. And we're going to be going over this and kind of explaining what's going on here. I think it's quite crazy all that. We have all the information that I could possibly gather at the moment. So without further ado, we have this here with Colin Rugg saying, Luigi Maggioni suggests that $8,000 in cash and $2,000 in foreign currency found him during his arrest was planted, according to CNN. Despite everything said in the courtroom, the only thing Maggioni had an issue with was cash and a waterproof bag allegedly found on him. One of the most interesting parts of that particular hearing was actually his statements after the conversation about bail, CNN reported. Prosecutors noted that they found him with $8,000 in U.S. cash and $2,000 in foreign currency. His passport, and also a Faraday bag, which is basically a bag designed to stop transmission of cell service or other sort of things like that. At the end of the prosecutor's speech, Luigi Maggioni said, I actually want to address two of the things that you said. I don't know where that money came from. I'm not sure if it was planted. And then he also said that bag was waterproof. Okay? So, that's what he's saying there. I don't know what exactly what it means by waterproof bag. I mean, aren't most bags technically waterproof? I mean, if it's saying like water won't get into the bag and destroy stuff in it, maybe that's what he means. But yeah, that's what's going on now. And there's some interesting things that's going on with him, right? Like, obviously, if we go and look at some of the things that's going on, it doesn't look like the actual guy here, right? So it says, breaking, Luigi Maggioni shouts at reporters while entering court. This is completely out of touch and an insult to the intelligence of the American people. So this is what this guy has to say.
Down.
Oh, back up. That's completely out of touch and an insult to the intelligence of the American people and the lived experience.
Seems sane. But there are some actual things here that we can probably talk about with Luigi Maggioni, right? Because obviously there's a lot of stuff to go on with it. Now, of course, we can go and look at this. So, see, there's this guy here. Look, there's a slight difference between these pictures here. Now, there's a bigger picture, right? A bigger one that probably some people have to probably look at. So, let's see. Where do we find the actual picture? So, that's his, they're also comparing him to the Trump shooter as well, which is interesting to say the least. So, that's what's all going on here, right, with this situation. Now, we have this from Lord Loomer saying, Luigi Maggioni, the suspected United Healthcare CEO shooter, is Facebook friends with Moss Hetfield. Hetfield is one of the Maggioni's few Facebook friends, and the two grew up in close proximity from each other in Maryland. Moses Hetfield is the son of Mark Hetfield, the president of the Jewish NGO HIAS, which facilitates illegal immigration to the United States with funding from DHS. DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas was on the board of HIAS before he was appointed as DHS Secretary by Joe Biden. Moses' mother is Miriam Hetfield, who works at DHS a lot with Alejandro Mayorkas. She works in citizenship and immigration services. What are the odds that the alleged shooter has 1 degree of separation away from DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas? So we have, why is this not functioning the way I want it to? Okay, there we go. Jesus. So we have the Moses friends here, it's Luigi Maggioni, and then Miriam Hetfield. Miriam Hetfield worked as a management and program analysis for the citizenship and immigration, and in 2023 had a report of $152,000 to public records. So he gets paid $152,000. Sounds nice. So yeah, that's what's going on here. And then we also have this here saying Luigi Maggioni pouts as he is escorted out of court after fire meltdown over CEO shooting. So that's what's here, right? And again, there's some people talk about like, oh, it's not the guy or whatever, and there's some actual credence to that, right? There's no credence because it's not really looking like it's the same person, kind of, when you do pictures side by side. So, for instance, go over here with the Mangione deal, and we do a picture. So, this is the McDonald's picture, right? And what he was doing eating at McDonald's, and the two different people here, right? Because the person that was of interest, or Luigi Mangione was a person of interest, and this is the person that they actually saw that was supposed to be the shooter, right? And obviously, his eyebrows grew exponentially since he's been caught. And quite interesting to say there, at least. It's like, it's just two different people, right? So it doesn't really make quite too much sense on what's going on there. So it's it's weird on how we're at this situation, right? So again, we'll see how this plays out. I don't know how true this is. There have been reports of him having pretty much of him having a different sweater, different shirt like that. So I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, he's gonna have it might be the same thing that we're seeing here that is obviously different or what have you. A lot of people are talking about how badly he looks, difference wise. So yeah, that's what's going on with Luigi Mangione. What's the actual what's going on? I haven't talked too much about him, mostly just because I got you guys all cut up. I can't say whether or not this is the right guy or not the right guy, especially if he has different shirts or what have you. It doesn't even look like he was the same person as well. So we'll see how it goes. But that's the case there. I'll leave it at that. You guys can speculate whether or not this is the correct person or not. I have suspicions that it may not be, but we'll have to wait and see, right? We have to see what the actual sweater and everything is going on before we even make a right judgment. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, guys, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. This is algorithmic disease, the social media.